I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Here, Jay, in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Come on, Ed. Can I say it, please?
All right, if you must.
Yes. Trust the process.
It has been quite a process to get to this point. Jay, they have a squad here in Philadelphia. The Celtics control the tap. To Marcus Smart. Ben Simmons able to recover with the block. Philadelphia with the basketball. And finishes strong. So far, so good.
Didn't take long to get this crowd on their feet. And one of the most undervalued things in sports, the 13th man, the fans. If they get you going in the game, they can help you sustain that energy.
And it's Simmons with the rebound. To Richardson. Off the mark.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Hayward to Walker. Screen coming. Yes, and a foul. Hell of a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Kemba Walker at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Simmons to the basket, but his shot stays out.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Shot from the lane won't go. The follow won't go either. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. Missed his first, that one goes.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Nice pass to set things up.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Into the front court, it's Walker. Leads just a point. Hayward. Joel Embiid with the block. Tatum snared by Embiid. They go down low to Simmons. It goes down.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Walker. And scores.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
And hits the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Walker into the front court. Down by one. To Marcus Smart. Joel Embiid. Tips it.
Just incredible timing on that slide.
And look out. Big finish at the rim.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Ben Simmons 2 for 3 now here in the first.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Slams it down. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
To Jaylen Brown. Nothing going here on that drive. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Simmons driving, but a shot no good. To Cantor, works it. To Marcus Smart. Sixers have the basketball. Joel Embiid, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Here comes the screen. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal. To Simmons. No good. Defense catching a break there. To Jaylen Brown. No good. Oh, looked like he may have gotten him there.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Brown into the front court. Down 3. Here comes the screen. Josh Richardson snatching it out of the air. Sixers control it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
No good, but 2 shots coming up for Joel Embiid.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Joel Embiid, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 77% at the line. Knocks down the first. Two for 2 on that trip. To Jaylen Brown. To Marcus Smart. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
1 quarter down. The 76ers have the lead. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
Joel Embiid has got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. Can't connect on the first free throw. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw.
Oh, you been in the gym, huh?
To Cantor. Trying to cash in. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. Right time. Right player.
Can't teach height.
Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended. And the front court comes Smith. They lead it. 4-point game. Nothing going here on that drive. Off the penetration, almost, but no good.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
To Marcus Smart. Offensive rebound. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Zaire Smith at the line. Oops, he missed the first one. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Nothing going here on that drive. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending. Free throws coming up.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
Nope. First one does not go. Knocks down the second after missing the first. And he knocks it down at the line.
Oh, out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. That is great vision to set it up. And his Cantor above the rim.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Burke with it. Leads one. Defense making the ball carrier work. It's no good. Great defense.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Runner here won't go. To Embiid. Gets a look. Can't hit.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Burke with it. Down a point. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Trey Burke trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 79% at the line. Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. Celtics have it.
I got him. Come on here. Come on.
Screen coming.
Swing coming right.
Nothing going here on that drive. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Here we go.
I agree, I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off 2 legs and expect the contact.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Burke with it. He'll run the offense. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Play is stopped. Timeout Boston as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Stepping in for the Celtics, number 27.
Walker to Hayward.
Gotta shoot that. Swing right.
For the 76ers. For Boston.
And he adds the free throw. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Walker, it's good. Defense has to pick things up.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Driving is Simmons, but a shot no good. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Mike Scott at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 76% from the line. First one goes down.
Yes, sir.
So he hits the first, misses the second. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Leads just a point. And scores. Strong take.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Ben Simmons. Now 4 for 9.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Ben Simmons swats it. The monster stuff.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Baseline drive. Simmons to the basket, but his shot stays out.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Runner's good there.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Nothing going here on that drive. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. With that, he's 5 for 9. Corner 3 at the buzzer. That misses with a second to go. Time expires to end the first half with the Celtics in front.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Celtics are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics. The 76ers are still very much in this matchup. And that deficit is a negative, of course, but I do see it positive. I really like how they move the ball, keeping each other involved offensively. They've got a nice flow to their game today.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Player of the half.
Kemba Walker did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started. Everybody, back on the ball.
Simmons to Embiid. And a putback slam.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Hayward, deep left corner to Hayward. Has a chance. Deep two there, won't go. Horford to Tobias Harris. Nothing going here on that drive. He gets to the basket, but it's no good. Celtics have it. To Hayward. His man was close, but he finds a way to score.
I know this is going to sound crazy, but it's so hard to guard a bad shooter. Their form throws your pace off on how you defend it. Sometimes there's nothing you can do.
Layup goes down. Well done.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Walker to Hayward for three, and Gordon Hayward, zero hesitation as he knocks it down for three.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
It's Embiid with the rebound. To Tobias Harris. Nothing going here on that drive. Harris. Horford. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
To Kemba Walker.
22nd violation for the 76ers. For Boston.
And he converts on the free throw. Walker. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Joel Embiid at the line for a chance at a three-point play, shooting 75% so far tonight. Unable to connect on the free throw. Boston with the basketball. Walker. Tatum. Knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. Hayward. To Walker. 4-3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Walker with the basketball. Leads 4. Nothing going here on that drive. just off the mark.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Nothing going here on that drive. And a pass stolen by Boston. Marcus Smart, good touch.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Oh, great pass, setting up the basket. Timeout Boston as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game.
Well, first off, energy and persistence conquer all things. But look at the way they're setting screens. Look at the way they're communicating to each other. They're actually hitting people on those screens, and they're coming off those screens with their hands in a target area, ready to shoot the basketball. When you play the game with that kind of precision and that kind of energy, you see why they're in the lead.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Substitutions, Philadelphia.
Walker to Marcus Smart. To Cantor. Joel Embiid sends it away. That's his third block this evening.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Bulldog. Look, it ain't always going to be pretty, but this is a results-oriented business, and this dude will always give you a good ROI.
To Kemba Walker. Nice pass to set things up. And his Cantor above the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Simmons with it. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. To Walker. Can't connect. To Richardson from long range. Great pass. Slams it home on the putback.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Knocks it down off the step back. "20-footer at the buzzer." That ends the third quarter. The Celtics have the lead. It's the Celtics with the ball as we start this fourth quarter. They had the lead coming out of halftime. They were able to extend that lead in the third quarter.
A lot of fans and players get consumed with the big plays, but the coaches love seeing their teams continuing to do the little things. That's how you increase the lead.
Philadelphia with the basketball. To Embiid. Shot from the lane won't go. And count the basket inside.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Burke with it. The deficit now up to a dozen. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Simmons to Horford. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Misfires. It's no good. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Offensive board. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To Jaylen Brown. Now a pass stolen by the Sixers.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And Josh Richardson, zero hesitation on that one. Buries the three.
It just seems like everybody's getting more touches. I'm not saying who, but it seemed like the ball stopped in a certain player's hands, which forced the defense to become stagnant.
To Jaylen Brown. Simmons into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. No good. That's great defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Marcus Smart. And the rebound pulled down by Simmons. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Jason Tatum. It remains Sixers basketball. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions.
Number 8, Kemba Walker. And number 20, Gordon Hayward.
Too much contact. And free throws coming.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Ben Simmons, a couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Celtics have it. Walker to Marcus Smart. Has a look. Gets a shot up off the mark. Al Horford going to the line to shoot 2.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
Al Horford has got 2 shots coming. Shoots it at 75% for his career. First one, count it. And he makes them both. Celtics have it. Walker. Probing the defense. To Marcus Smart. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Lets it fly from long range. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Kemba Walker. Hayward gets it in the left corner. Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. To Richardson. Nothing going here on that drive. Embiid to Simmons. In the slam.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Now the Celtics going to use a timeout. That's their first. Leaves them with 1 remaining the rest of the way.
Well, you need execution in a chess match. And the best execution, I just saw the star player talk to one of the young fellas. You take those young fellas over to the side. You coach them through some of these big-time moments that happen in the fourth quarter. That's how you get your team ready for the playoffs and hopefully a chance to win a championship.
To Hayward. Joel Embiid. Huge block. Fourth this contest.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Ben Simmons pins it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Yes, I love this move. Send him to the line. Chances are probably good he doesn't make both, and you also stop the clock while getting another possession.
Ben Simmons at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. First free throw is good. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair.
Welcome to the stream, buddy. YT in the house. What's
To
going
Marcus
on,
Smart.
buddy? Welcome to the stream, my man.
And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
To Richardson, going a launch beyond the arc. And Josh Richardson, tough make there. Knocks it down with the defender all over him.
Ed, I don't know what was said at halftime, but whatever the coach said, it worked. This second half performance has been unreal.
To Embiid. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Let's go Sixers. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Let's go Philly.
Free throw try, off the mark. Into the front court, it's Walker. His guys now down by a point. Goes to the left side. To Walker. Hayward. Tatum. Oh, they could have really used that one, but the shot's no good. And the reward, he's going to the line.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Tobias Harris, couple of free throws on the way. A career 81% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Boston with the basketball. To Kemba Walker. Beyond the arc for 3. And Kemba Walker, muscle memory put to good use there.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Walker to Hayward. Tatum. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
They absolutely needed that. Great job by the offense to be poised and create a shot to pull ahead.
Sixers call for time. They trail by 1. Who's it going to be as they get ready for the final shot? Rose is in for two. Too easy.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Play is stopped. Timeout, Boston. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again. Hayward gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout. Now whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia. They trail by 2. And the question, do they look for the tie in overtime? Or do they go for it all with a 3?
This offer is only valid during today's game.
A pass taken away by the Celtics.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics took this down to the wire before getting the win.
And it's surprising. We got such a competitive game when they hit so many threes. But they did what was necessary to finish it off.
What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics. The 76ers finished on the losing end of a close score. While they did put together quite a highlight reel of dunks in this matchup, they did not put together a win. As we all know, style points never show up on the scoreboard. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Kemba Walker gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's what's coming up for the Philadelphia 76ers. See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.